Got you a little message from the Dorsey boys. Here's my little fox squeak for you. Now they've told me that you need to stop trying to, or stop predicting the sporting outcomes and that, mate. Now I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means you've got some form of gambling addiction, which is obviously a shit thing to have. But if it is an addiction, you know, maybe you can't help it, mate. You know, maybe you're shit at predicting sporting outcomes, but the way he's worded it makes it seem like you're very good at it. So maybe you're just ruining the game for everyone around you. You know, whether it's a game of darts or snooker, or maybe something a bit more intensive, like tennis. Tennis has been on recently, and football. You know, if you're able to look at it, mate. If you're able to do that, mate, and you don't gamble, you're a fool. If that's the case. But fucking. They told me that you really like something called Kilmarnock Football Club as well. Now, I've never heard of them, but I do know a thing or two about crustaceans, mate, and I've got a bit of a thing for them myself. Like, look at this. There's a small crab in a necklace. Here's the Nancy crab in a block, right? But I've also got some of these, mate. These are scorpions, which I think are a crustacean of the land, aren't they, really, a scorpion? Maybe a cricket and a grasshopper to some extent as well. And if I had the patience, I'd find a dead grasshopper in here somewhere, because I've definitely probably got one. A train's about to try and ruin the recording for us, Kev, so I'm going to speak over the train, because bollocks to it. I don't have to do this twice, because I'm never going to remember the stuff I've already said, and the second time's never going to be as good. I don't know what else to say. They've told me that I'm apparently your Steve Erwin and you hang off of every word I say. And that's quite flattering, because Steve Erwin's a fucking legend, innit? But what you've got to remember, though, is Steve Erwin died doing what he loved, which was pissing off Komodo dragons and, you know, annoying snakes in deserts and that. And then he got killed by a stingray in the ocean, still doing what he loved, surrounded by his children though as well, which I suppose is a nice thing to think, you know, maybe I'll die with me kids that I don't have. Not that I had them taken off me or out like that, I've just not had any yet. But the idea of dying doing something I love, I mean, it's flattering, but it's still the idea of, I mean, the chemicals from doing taxidermy is probably going to give me some form of cancer at some point. So if I am going to die doing something I love, I'm going to die from this, or it's going to be something to do with maybe aliens and fighting aliens and that. Because I do like an alien and that, you know. Not in the sense of, you know, like, my missus are out like that. She's not from elsewhere, she's from here. But she's you know, she's not an alien. I'm not suggesting that. But maybe it'll be something to do with aliens or cancer. Maybe both. Maybe interacting with an alien might give me cancer. What's your obsession with crustaceans? Or obviously you can't answer me unless you buy another one of these. But the fucking... Like, I had a thing with them for a while, with shrimp. I just got obsessed with shrimp, mate. And what it actually meant was that my head had gone. And I was actually quite puddled at the time. And I just kept reading all about shrimp, mate, obsessing on shrimp. In the same way that I used to with chickens when I was younger. But I just got really obsessed with shrimp and that and started reading about them. When I'd be having a break at work, like, you know, having a break here from chopping up rats and that, I'd just fucking sit and have a brew and then get on eBay, mate, looking at who's selling shrimp, what shrimp are for sale, are they tiger shrimp, are they cherry shrimp, you know, just fucking really getting taken away with it. And then I bought some, mate. And they fucking died, mate, very quickly. They don't last, mate. Crustaceans don't last. And they're a fucking dodgy species anyway. Because think about krill, mate. Krill are everywhere. There's loads of krill. We're made to think that they're shrimp, but there could actually be phytoplankton as well that are krill. Tiny, tiny little molecule-looking shrimp things. Now, they could be trying to take over the world, because think about, like, the vril and krill and things like that, mate. There's always something with that sort of syllable. Who's like the enemies in sci-fi films and that, so that's something for you to think about. Anyway, I don't know if this is much in the way of advice. I'm hoping that what you're going to do is you're going to maybe leave the crustaceans alone and pack in the sporting event predictions. But this is my first one of these, mate. So I don't know if this is any good in advice, but I hope you've learned something from it. Maybe you've learned, you know, I don't want to be like that guy because I ain't got a clue what he's on about. But anyway, I'll fucking see you in a bit, Kev.